Good evening. Welcome to the Man Cave. Tonight we've got an unboxing for you. Got this a couple of days ago, but with the holiday, things have been a little bit hectic around the house, so it took some time. I'm very excited to open this up. Got into this a while ago. This is, like I said, it's from a Kickstarter. And so without further ado, I'm going to open the box. Ooh. Packing material. That's always a good thing. Amazon lately, I know everybody's been talking about it, but I don't think it can be said enough. Stop shipping stuff in a bag. Use a box. Have something to protect the box. We will all be better off for it. Amazon's going to lose a lot of customers if they keep that up. Okay. Rogue Dungeon. Bit of glare. Okay. All right. Open this up here. The art is beautiful, gotta say that. The box is nice and small, very dense though. This is kind of it's got some heft to it. Yeah, I'll show you the back here. This shows the game. This is a dungeon creation game, all with cards. Let me read the description for you here. This is the second edition. It just recently came to Kickstarter. Rogue Dungeon is a 1 to 3 player cooperative dungeon crawler originally designed for solo play. Plays like old school roguelike, using hand management, card draw, and dice rolling as primary game mechanics. Explore the map of each dungeon level, encountering traps and fighting monsters. Find treasures and various items such as weapons, armor, magical potions, scrolls, and artifacts to aid you on your quest. Gain experience to improve your hero abilities and skills, and trade to improve your inventory. Players will need to figure out how best to use their hero's abilities, skills, items, experience, and luck to survive the dungeon. Enjoy even more role playability or replayability with new content and game modes such as tomb and large dungeon maps. He also said that there's going to be an expansion coming for this in another Kickstarter. But the game components here, there's going to be 208 loot cards, 94 room cards, 56 monster cards, 12 map cards, 10 different hero cards, 8 boss cards, 132 chits and tokens, 10 custom meeples, 4 dice, 3 player boards, 1 dungeon board, and a rulebook. So a 3-player game is kind of rare in today's landscape, and I like the idea. Okay, here we go. Cerebus Gate Games is the producer of this. Oh, that's a satisfying sound. So right away we are hit with some beautiful artwork on our rulebook. Rulebook has a lot of tiny words, so this is going to be, I've got old eyes, so I will need to read through this a couple of times, I think, before I get out. It is very much here. There is not any wasted space in this thing. Looks very good, and I love how, even though the words are kind of tiny, so it might take a little bit to read, it's broken up. So it doesn't look like it's going to be too much of a headache to read. I very much like that. All right. Ooh, and reference stuff right on the back so the book can sit right here. That's good. I love a rule book that has that on there. All right, so the first thing we see are some punch boards with some of the little chits and tokens that we'll have to go through. Oh, look at this. Must be one of the player boards or a dungeon. That is nice. And I don't know if you can see this, but look at that art. It's very indicative of what this is. That is very well put together. It's very, very pretty. Oh, and here's a second one. Oh, pictures on the back of this one are different. That's kind of cool. And then, oh, our third one. This one's the same as the other ones. So this is probably one of the player boards if they're the same pictures. So 3 player boards and a boss board, I think it said, right? Oh, look at this. Look at this. The insert in the game. That is good quality. Love that. Okay, so we've got some dice. Ever important dice. Looks like we've got 10-sider, 3 10-siders and a 6-sider right there. Here we have the meeples that they were discussing. These are tiny but very cool looking. I'm going to dump these out on the Lazy Susan here. Let you see them. Looks like different character classes. Oh, some of these look like they might be bad guys. Okay. Can you see that? So those are the individual meeples. I can see that the size of the game, they wanted to do a smaller box, it looks like, which they've accomplished, but some of these pieces are tiny, so I kind of want to be careful with the components. But I like a game that you can pick up and put away rather easily, and I love this box. This is amazing. Get some cards here, show you some art. We'll probably hope to get a game playthrough of this within the next couple of weeks. Like I said, we've got the holidays that we're here, and then the kids going back to school. It might take a little bit to get into some sort of organized schedule. We're still also on our HeroScape content, or Hero Quest content. We're still trying to get the World's End tournament stuff filmed and edited, so we've got a lot going on, but I do very much want to play this game, and the fact that it's a solo game means I might get in a couple of practices beforehand anyway. So let's see what we have here. These look like the character cards. We have the Aristocrat. You see that? Down here looks like the skills or abilities. And and look at that. We have an Aristocrat male. We have an Aristocrat female. Representation is becoming more and more important in games today, so I'm very glad that you've got some choices. Here we have our Barbarian. Looks like he's an orc. And then we have the female Barbarian on the other side. Here we have a Bard. Looks halfling-esque. There's the female version. If I'm going too fast, let me know. We have a Crusader. That looks pretty cool. Holy Knight. Kind of like a paladin, probably. Here's the female version of that card. Oh, I thought this was a crab person when I saw the meeple. Check this out. It's a machinist. Looks like a dwarf in a robot suit. That's pretty neat. I think I just found my favorite. And here's the female version of that card. This may be my favorite character already, just from the quirkiness of it. Oh, looks like we've got another dwarven type. This is the miner. And here's our female version of that. Looks like they've gone away from the stereotypical dwarf. She has no beard. Ooh. We have a monk. It's interesting. Look, she's got a staff. When we turn him over to a male version, no weapon. What's that remind you of? That's the same demographic breakdown as our Hero Quest stuff. Here we have what looks to be an Elven Ranger, possibly a Dark Elven Ranger. And here's our female version of that. Hope the glare is not too bad on these. Okay, ooh, a rogue. We've got our female rogue, and then on this side we have the male counterpart. And finally, we have a sorceress or a sorcerer. That appears to be the characters that we have for this game. And then I'll just show you a couple of cards here. These look like there's some sort of dungeon card. He said, I'm not sure how this plays at all. You just saw me open it, so I haven't read any of the rules. Behind this, we have what looks to be the bad guys of the game. Here we have a cave bear. That's cool looking. And look at the art on the back. This evil stone face thing. Looks like some kind of cross between Thanos and Darkseid. For those of you who are comic book fans. We have giant wasps. Same card back, so I'm not going to keep showing you that. We have a knoll. A goblin. Green slime. I gotta say, that does not look pleasant. Scorpion. Ooh, this one's pretty cool looking. Look at the shadow white. Shadow white we have here. Nothing like some undead. Oh, followed by the skeleton. A wolf. A zombie. Oh, sweet. Check this thing out. The assassin vine. Nothing like fighting salad. Oh, and here's a difference. This one has a 2. I see. These first cards had a 1 on there, so maybe these are levels of the enemy. This one's got a 2 on the forehead there. Here we have a dire wolf. It also has the 2 on the back. Followed by evil cats. 2 on the back of that one. A hobgoblin. A kobold. He looks pretty nasty for a kobold. Here we have a lesser demon. What is a dungeon crawl without lizard men? These are still level 2. Oh, this is kind of neat. Here's a mech spider. Kind of like that some of these dungeon crawls lately are getting into the mechanized type things. Here we have our orc, a rather traditional villain. He looks very different from our barbarian as well, so maybe the barbarian race is not an orc. We've got rats. Here we have a skeleton warrior. A troglodyte. Oh, one of the most traditional bad guys in a dungeon. Oh, he's a level 3. We have a gargoyle. And a ghoul. This is a fascinating picture. A giant cobra. Followed by the giant spider. A main trope in any kind of dungeon crawler. Oh, here we go. We don't see these very often. We have a harpy. That is a very pretty picture. Not something I'd want to face, though. We have the hellhound. The art in these is very well done. Here we have an imp. Our mech soldier. A rust monster. Oh, this is very unique looking. A shambling mound. And I've never seen one look quite like this before. That's very, very cool. Here's a troll. Followed by our level 4s. We have an air elemental. We have a fire, spelled interestingly, spider. We have your giant. Ooh, that's gorgeous. A griffin. I think this is my favorite card so far. Oh, we have a mech Goliath. So there appears to be a whole faction here. A Medusa. A Minotaur. Every labyrinth needs a Minotaur. An ogre. A stone golem. Oh, this is interesting. A succubus. The water elemental. The werewolf. The wraith. Now we're getting into level 6 with a basilisk. And not level 6, level 5, I'm sorry. Level 6, this, I hate to disappoint Harry Potter fans, but this one's got legs. Here's our Cyclops. Followed by a devil. the earth elemental, the fire elemental, a hydra. Oh, this is gorgeous looking. A mummy, an ogre mage, oh, a soul gazer. It's known to those of you who enjoy D&D primarily as a beholder, but since Wizards of the Coast owns the beholder, everybody's got to name them something different. The vampire. Oh, and these must be the head bad guys here. We have the Balrog. And the back art on this is different. Look at this. That is pretty cool. Looks like a stone dragon with glowing red eyes. I love it. Oh, you know what? It almost looks like the demon dogs from Ghostbusters. Speaking of demon dogs, we have Cerberus, a Death Knight, a Lich King, a Mountain Giant, a Red Dragon, a Soul Tyrant, a Storm Giant. That ends our bad guy cards, I believe, because now we go into the different types of, I think these must be scenarios. We have the Catacombs. I'll show you that these are the door cards on the back of these. That's kind of neat. So we have Catacombs, which again, lots of tiny writing. It'll take some time to go through all these. But we have the Catacombs, the Demon Sanctuary, the Demon's Lair. This one just says Encounter. So I'm guessing that you must randomize the dungeon and then draw the deck, and that's where you end up in. Encounter. And they're all, this is nice though. Look at this. These are different pictures. Like I showed you the first two. Here's two more encounters. That's got the same picture. And then we have this one, this creepy thing on the wall, an encounter. Here we have a glowing eyes encounter. Then we have a darkness, some sort of demon in the dark thing for the encounter. There's a single one, the encounter. Oh, here we have a golem with ruby eyes. Wouldn't want to run into that thing ever. Guard barracks. A monster bash. You imagine walking in, they're having a big party. The pit of despair. This artwork is reminiscent of Conan the Destroyer, I think. The Seer's Wrath. And the Tomb of the Lich King. So that's our door carded. That's pretty neat. Okay, that's one full deck. These have different backs. These are, this first batch is going to have a purple gem on the top of the door. I'm just going to go through these kind of quickly. Ancient Ruins, the Astral Summoning, Necromancer's Tomb, the Orb of Destruction, the Pit of Spikes, that's kind of cool, a Prison Cell, a Royal Crypt, Secret Alcove, Sword in a Stone, that's pretty neat, the Weapons Master, Ancient Ruins, and then we're back to the Astral Summoning. So that's our purple gem doors. Here we have blue gem doors. And when I do the playthrough, right at the beginning, we'll go through what each of these gems mean. Here we have Animate Dead, Dark Room, False Wall. Oh, that's kind of neat. Gold Deposits, Locked Safe, Obsidian Statues, Shadow Demons, Song of the Siren, Wailing Banshee, and a Wounded Dwarf. He looks like he's bleeding out. Okay, we jump into the green back doors here. With a big square green gem on them. And we have the Alchemist Lab, the Antechamber, the Enchanted Obelisk, Locked Door, Magic Mouth, the Mystical Fountain, the Necropolis, a Secret Door, that is very well drawn, Shimmering Pool, whoa, Timorals, I think, Trial, Treasure Room, and a Witch. Okay, white gemmed doors. We got, after this we have yellow, and that'll be it for the big cards. All right, so we have the Altar of Temeril again. Temeril, that's an interesting name. The Arcane Apparatus. Looks like a thing that's making those mechs. The Combat Training Room. Deal with the Devil. A Gnome Trader. Guild Merchant. A Sacred Temple. Well, that's very cool. I like the colors on this. Skeleton Trader. A Spirit Trader. These things. A Tickle Gnome. Okay, that's weird. A Trapped Spirit, the Unholy Altar, and a Wise Man. All right, last deck. It's a big one. We've got an Acid Pool, Armored Guardians, Bat Swarm, Bull Mech. Oh, that's kind of neat. A Cave-In. A Concealed Pit. So these seem to be hazards. A Crushing Wall. Gelatinous Cube. There's something that you can't have a dungeon crawl without. Gremlins. Hallowed Ground. Haunted Hall. Lake of Fire. A Maze. A Masonic Floor.
Mosaic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mosaic, you are correct. Mummy's Crypt. Mystical Portal. Narrow Ledge. Poison Gas. Skeletal Archers. Oh, wow. That is a very cool looking picture. Spider's Web. Stone Door. Swinging Blades. Yeah, these have to be traps. Throne Circle. Trap Door. Trapped Chest. Trapped Demon. Treasure Mimic. There we go. Oh, those things are gross. A Troll Bridge. Undead Aura. A Wind Tunnel. All right, so that's all of our big cards. Our little cards seem to be treasures and oh, I'll show you. Let me get this open so that there's no glare. This already has me. I'm anticipating having fun with this game. I want to play. All right, there's several different backs here too. We're not going to go through these decks. I'm just going to show you the backs of the cards, and then I'll go over them more in depth when we do our playthrough. So these look like cards that have something to do with the characters. Like these look like some sort of skill card for the thief. There's one, because like this one says sneak attack. This one says evade and disarm traps. So maybe these are abilities that they have. So she's got, or they have, the thieves have 4. This is the ranger one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ranger abilities. This is the monks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. We have the Tinker, or nope, this is the Miner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's that mech driver guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This looks like the Crusader. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put that one over here. Then we have the Bard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Barbarian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the Aristocrat. Okay, then we have, check out the back on this one. That's a very cool symbol. It's like some kind of a equipment card or something. Oh, maybe they're, I don't know. This one says Turn Undead, Sword of Despair, Torch, Cursed Shield, Ring of Misfortune. So maybe these are bad things again? I don't know. 1, 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. 21 of these. So I'll put this here so you can see that symbol better. And then we have this stone hand symbol. These could be spells or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 of these. Oh, and the first one on here is Bag of Gold. So maybe that's items or equipment that you can get throughout the game. Okay, last deck to open.
So everyone gets 7, but these guys only get 4.
That's what it looks like. Unless there's another set in here, but okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Is this the whole thing? No. Oh, look at that. I'm not going to count all these. This whole stack. I'm guessing treasure cards. I mean, it's got a treasure chest on it. And here we have 3 more cards for this set that only had 4, so we're up to 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards for our spellcasting sorcerer, sorceress. So it looks like each character set will get 7 cards of skills. So this is fascinating. I love the pieces here. The Kickstarter was pretty informative. It looked like a fun game. I'm really glad I reached out and got it. I love games that are individual plays. And the fact that this has not only solo but up to 3, that fascinates me because there's not too many things that are 3-player games. And my oldest son, Gabriel, who's my editor and cameraman here, a lot of times he'll play stuff with his mom and I. So it's nice to have games that can do 3 players. So that's it for our unboxing. Thank you for joining us here at the Man Cave. Like I said, I hope to have a playthrough of this game sometime within the next probably month. I mean, to be honest with you, it's going to take a couple weeks for us to catch up. So that's it. Thank you for being here with me in the Man Cave. Hope you enjoyed the unboxing. Have a good evening.